Hello and welcome back to a very special episode of Cozy Man Sky. I just turned on my game and there's sentinels everywhere. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, I'm gonna try to hide over here. Now, you guys haven't seen me upgrade this building yet because this episode's coming out of order because we hit 100 subscribers. Actually, we were at 105 at the point that I'm actually recording this. Thank you so much, guys. Y'all are amazing. Crap, we need crystallized helium to make that the next level up, and we won't get that for a while. But don't worry, I am gonna have a couple of kind of very rapid fire episodes coming out. Let me just hide in this warehouse so I can think for a second. This video is going to be all abandoned freighter runs. Now, I tried to do the switching it over to a permadeath save to make this really, really sort of dangerous for doing the freighters, but you can't switch an existing save over to permadeath after you started the game, which actually makes a lot of sense. Let me see if I can just sneak past these guys and get into Judy. Hey, Sentinels, I thought you guys hated each other. Why are the purple and the red Sentinels hanging out all of a sudden on my planet? Frickin' heck. So you might notice there's some changes, some small cosmetic changes and things with Judy. Again, that's because this is coming to you a little bit out of order. The next episode out, I'll probably get out on Monday. This, I'm hoping to do a live premiere either later this evening on Saturday or tomorrow morning on Sunday, depending on how long this takes. Hi, you guys. Can I see them out there? Yeah. They're still casting their shields and stuff. Maybe I shouldn't abandon, but they're not actually shooting any of the settlers. So I'm just going to ignore that for a minute. And what we're going to do now is empty my pockets because I want to make this as hard as possible. I am going to have nothing in my pockets when I go in. I am going to have not even any bullets or anything like that. I'm not even going to use the bullets that are already loaded in my gun. I'm only going to use the mining laser if we run into trouble, and whatever I can scavenge along the way. I might keep one or two of just sort of the useless items here. The little bot on the left is part of a quest line that we're in the middle of in the normal game playthrough. And then the Atlas Pass, you know, is just to get us into stuff, locked containers and things like that. And I just don't like putting it down. I like to always have it in my inventory, even though it's not going to come into play in the freighter mission at all. All right, boys, let's get out of here. We're going to go and smash these freighters and hopefully not in the series. So we got 5 emergency scanners in our inventory. I had to go and buy one for 5 million credits just so we would have 5 because I only had 4 up to this point. And I'll see you when we get there. So freighter number 1 is in our home system. I plan on jumping to a random system each time so that we get a little bit different freighter and different log entries and things like that. I'll read through some of the most interesting ones as we go if we find anything cool while we're in there. And I almost forgot. Eagle-eyed viewers may have been about to call me out in the comments, but I am going to uninstall both of our cold shields, and we're gonna take whatever's in my personal refiner out and then just pop these back in here so that we have absolutely nothing on us. I am a trustworthy person, I promise. So on the way in, usually, yeah, there's a couple of capsules. I have never done a run like this where I have nothing. I've always wondered how hard it would be and if I could. You know, normally I have like 2 shields and it's absolutely no problem. You got a really good multi-tool. You can blast your way through anything that you find. But on this first one, I am going to be picking up all of these capsules as I go along because I really don't know how many of them I need. A lot of times I'll have batteries and, you know, just the different resources you could get. You do get a little bit out of these here. You get some repair kits, some ferrite dust, condensed carbon for my laser, sodium for your shields. So you get a little bit of stuff, and I am going to allow myself to scavenge anything that we can get. There's also a little trick that you can use here where you go through and accept the emergency supplies again in the menu here, which gives you sort of double these supplies. So I don't know if I'm going to do that each time. We might make it a little harder as we go, depending on, how easy this first one is. I might say, okay, on the next run, we don't do that or something. Let me in. I actually want to be a little bit careful as well, not to set off the security alarms, basically, the automated defenses and stuff. Sometimes just discharging your weapon will make the turrets pop up and things. Okay, simple entryway. We're gonna have the rule to make this as hard as possible and as profitable as possible that we need to open every single container. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do every single PDA, but we'll do all the interesting ones. Ship AI logging fragment 592.68 recovered. Automated report for aid oit cleaning. Consciousness boundary strength below average. Value of body parts exceptional. Oxygen use exceptional. Conclusion expendable. Okay, I guess there's a lesson in there. Don't breathe too much oxygen when you have valuable body parts on a spaceship. Check. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but let's see what this one says. Expedition event log follows. Data samp 22976 docked at get controlled space station, attempted to do business with local merchants, deployed advanced haggling techniques, hard deal struck, took advantage of currency fluctuation in Rashana profit ratio at 399%, purchased valuable technology components in the Inwarki 7 system. Rival technology company boarded the ship in attempt to steal information. Laser fire with internal conflict triggered larger explosion. All breached. Man, wouldn't it be cool if we could actually board freighters and fight our way through them and stuff? But we got our security pass, which is awesome. The Junior Navigator Rajala security pass. So that means that we really don't even need to open up any more of these, but I really do like the lore and the funny stories that we find in them. I'll skip over any that are kind of stupid, but if I find any that are fun, I will definitely include those. All right, we'll just use our scanner to mark all of the containers to make sure we don't miss any of them. We're gonna get loads and loads of crap, but also we're gonna get lots of tainted metal. And what I'm hoping is we can refine all of the stuff that we find on here. Ooh, superconducting fibers, good for our settlements, for upgrades. But I'm hoping we get enough nanites to actually upgrade the class on Big Booty Judy and maybe our Sentinel rifle as well, because they both are just depressingly low on upgrade slots and stuff. What else can we find in here? This is a cool entryway. The first time I saw one of those areas that you have to walk over like that, that's a little raised up, I thought it was a window and I couldn't get through it. Doing these freighter missions is actually going to be really great timing for upgrading loads of the stuff we have around our settlement. So we got our first computer panel here. There's a heater. Got to make sure that I'm jumping from heater to heater. I'm not used to actually having to do that, but that's what makes this fun. So now I can stand by this heater while we read off this one. Extract from Watcher Officer Daily Report, Discipline, Data Stamp 2194.6, Kraftgek Dadrahid. Hostile intelligence detection, confined to the brig for gambling, offense number 7. Sentence length 10 days. Additional punishment assigned to hard labor. For duration of expedition. Oh my gosh, I gotta be more careful. These guys can start shooting you when you're reading a PDA and there's like no way to get through it any faster. I've been killed by those while I was just standing. Of course, it wasn't a big deal, but now it kind of matters. So I gotta make sure I'm scanning the rooms and killing these guys, or avoiding them somehow. And sometimes it seems like when you kill one, more spawn, or at least the other ones in the room wake up. They kind of phase through the top of the ceiling like that, so they're easy to miss. Man, I almost got my whole shield down. Look at this crazy lab. Look at these guys. So some of the freighters have them running around in like nests and stuff. I can't get back there. Maybe I can slip around this side. So yeah, these crazy looking guys are like in nests and running around on some of the other freighters. I guess it's in alternate versions where they get out, but in this one, not so far. But you know, sometimes I've been in the beginning of a freighter and then you get a little deeper in and it's actually infested. So we'll see what goes on in the next few chambers. But so far, we're getting lucky. Records terminal access. Searching. Ship AI log.
Encrypted.
Engine destruct codes.
Encrypted.
Crew manifest.
Accessible.
Crew status as of last shipwide bioscan 6 days ago. Commanding officer, Commander Akko, duty officers, Chief Engineer Lugabard, Petty Officer Jotafirm, Junior Navigator Rajaja. Crew status report, crew active 43, crew incapacitated 36, supernumeraries Kraftget Goulart.
Dead.
Secretary Terf, local official, Trader Rifik Chikari, consort of captain. Update bioscan, updating bioscan. Scanning ship for biological traces. Scanning. No detected biological trace matches crew records. Scanning some more. Retrieving last known crew positions. Scanning a little. Commander Okaka.
Redacted area.
Chief Engineer Lubigard. AI coolant chamber 4 days ago. Petty Officer Jokut Firm. Airlock 21, 4 days ago. Junior Navigator Rajala, Engineering Bay 10, 4 days ago. And that's our crew manifest. A copy of the official crew manifest for fighter SV Mybos Pride. Mybos's Pride. Okay, well, now we got that we can sell to the guy under the stairs in the station for tainted metal, which again, will stack on top of all the tainted metal that we gather on our run today, and get hopefully thousands of nanites that we can use for upgrading our weapon and our ship. All right, we got every single one of these scavenged. I'm gonna go ahead and just blow up all of the alien guys and their cylinders as well. You get a little bit of slime out of them, which again is pretty much useless, but we're gonna take every single nanite we can get. So all the resources, we're gonna refine them all down into as many nanites as we can possibly make, and ideally get somewhere around 25,000 or 30 nanites to upgrade everything. What do we got in this one? Research log entry follows. Maintenance crew found primitive container in the cargo bay. Performed gravity analysis. Observation.
Sample quarantine. Experiment aborted.
All right, so somebody was doing a weird experiment with some sort of crazy bacteria or something, and then they got attacked and had that fight, which caused an explosion. Maybe that's what got these guys? We'll find out more as we go. All right, so let's see what's in the basement. I have never jumped down one of these without accidentally getting onto the ladder. I swear to God, never a single time. Maybe today. Maybe today is the day. Grab the heater and the container. More superconducting fiber. That's great. What else have we got? Still no real dangerous aliens. We've got a few of the bots or whatever, the security drones, but that's all we've had to run into so far. We haven't found any turrets yet. Nothing. Don't want to jinx it, but so far we're doing pretty good. Personal data recording accessed for partner GEC Honor Sistu. Cleaning. Data stamp 2199.1. Shh, all of the officers are missing. It's just torture now. Shh. Ah! Shh.
Recording ends.
Those are obviously my most favorite ones. The ones that capture some crazy series of events of little snippets of recordings or conversations apparently that happen near that PDA. Okay, so we've got our first sort of alien, and it's the green jellyfish aliens. So if you watched the playthrough of the expedition, we did a freighter mission on there as one of the milestones. And we also had these green jellyfish doodads on that one. And I was talking about how if you're gonna have aliens, they're pretty much the best one that you can have. We also have loads of heaters and oxygen, so far anyway. We'll see, maybe as we get deeper in, it's more and more difficult. Or maybe this is just a really cushy freighter where they had heaters strewn around everywhere. We're getting loads of these frigate upgrade modules as well, which will allow us to make some upgrades to our base on the pirate juggernaut. So hopefully we can get something cool unlocked in there as well as part of all of this. at the very end, I know we've been doing everything for our Corvette and stocking up Judy as much as possible, but my intent is to do the upgrade for the freighter at the end of each one of these and see if we can find a system that has an S-class upgrade, because that is so valuable. Anybody with the coordinates for an S-class freighter, please let me know in the comments, share it with all of us. Once you find a system that gives you that level upgrade, you can just farm them out of there and have all S-class upgrades for your freighter, which is amazing. These freaking little drones. I've never been on a freighter with so many drones. It feels like there's usually maybe one or two, but I feel like there's a whole swarm of them on this guy. We're getting a bunch of storm crystals as well. Those are super valuable to sell and a really hard resource to come by. You got to be on an extreme planet in an extreme storm to be able to grab them. If you saw my other episode, I think it was 1 or 2 episodes ago, we were right there next to one when it closed up because I didn't have enough room to put it in my pocket. Freaking my luck. Man, this locker room is stocked. Getting nanites. I got to make sure I keep one eye on my temperature because I am not used to having to do that. Corvax casings. Ooh, an S-class upgrade. That is pretty unusual. As you notice, maybe a lot of the stuff I'm picking up is going to be like C-class, B-class at best. To get an S-class upgrade is pretty freaking lucky. This must be a like cushy, high-end sort of freighter. They were delivering some expensive goods, or they had some rich people traveling along with them to have all this stuff. Of course, then the people traveling along here had to sleep on the walls of a storage room, which isn't so great. You notice the PDA that we were reading earlier is about the cleaning crew. They're saying they're going to eliminate the cleaning crew or do experiments on them because they breathe too much oxygen and have valuable body parts. That's freaking crazy. Oh my gosh, here's the next computer console and a cool lab. Well, cool to look at. Probably not cool if you were one of the people they were experimenting on illegally in deep space. Uh-oh. I think I've upset the drones, the security drones. I don't usually go around shooting everything, but let's read this log. Research log entry follows. Ground crew collected repulsive tumor while on mission. Performed biofunction scan. Observation.
Inconclusive results. Cross studies recommended.
Okay, I know it's pissing off the security drones, but I am not going to leave any of these suckers alive. We're going to kill every single one and fight the drones if they don't like it. Why are the drones protecting these aliens? That's what I want to know. They didn't help the crew. Private mainframe access denied.
Scanning.
Shipwide bioscans indicate severe incident status. Override available. Indicate captain's fate to begin. I'm gonna say he's dead. Input accepted. Log will record captain's fate as extinguished. Duty officer may take command. Authenticate as duty officer to continue. Security credentials required. Credentials accepted. Welcome, Junior Navigator Raljala. Log will record you as temporary commander. Last significant entry for Commander Akho follows.
Trade computer insists we allow Korvek's friend to stay on board in my own boardroom, as if he were Gek. Efficient, it says. We'll secure trade deal. I still have such quotas to meet. The worries. Korvek's friends is only wasting time and expenses compared with these. Their strange food, their fussy insistences. Such a drain. We dined together in my quarters again last night. I prefer Korvek's friend more and more. They are unlike other Korveks. They have such interesting things to tell me. Machine friend is correct. We must be free of our flesh to reach our potential. Light and metal, and holy light. It will be free. It will free all Gek.
Okay, so if I understand that, the computer, the trade computer, is the one that suggested that the Korveks stay with the Gek captain, and then the Korveks brainwashed or otherwise influenced the captain, and that's where most of this started to go down. They really have a twisted history, those two races. Partial crew equipment record follows. Name, Helpgek Eprin. Specialism, General Hand. Personal locker contains thermal paste, DNA sample, own, hazmat filters, and various collected eggshells, last accessed
Yesterday.
Detailed scan reveals scraps of living tissue adhering to the locker interior. Okay, so yesterday that guy crawled in his locker and then exploded. All right. Oh my God, I'm stuck back here. How did I get back here? I don't see a gap. How did I get back? Oh God, there's this tiny little gap. All right. Oh, I'm already starting to panic. I thought I was gonna get stuck back there and freeze to death. Okay, what do we got in these lockers? And anything else? Yeah, we got these two here. Some more tainted metal. Yum, 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 yum. Photon cannon module, it's only a C, but we'll sell that for like 200 nanites or something. The larval cores as well, you can refine into nanites. Living slime from these guys is nanites. Nanites. We got one more guy over here. And I think that should be it. I'm gonna just try to leave here without having to kill this drone. Break that even though it's not got anything in it. You wanna mess with me? Okay, I'm leaving. Hey, you messed up my dramatic exit by taking so long to open the door. Okay. What is the next? Another computer. All right, and some shelves with loot. More nanites. Superconducting fiber. I remember the first time I needed that, I couldn't find it anywhere. I went from station to station trying to find someplace to buy it. Now every time I see it, I'm like, ooh, must hoard. Partial crew equipment record follows. Name, Hireling Garkapo. Specialism, ground team. Personal locker contains sonic oscillator, hyperspace field monitor, parachute, and assorted personal etchings. Last accessed
6
days ago. A detailed scan reveals a sticky residue on the locker's interior. So that guy had a parachute? I mean, the sonic oscillator, I guess, like a back massager or something like that. But a parachute? Where did he expect to jump out at? Data extracted from medical bay logs. Partial report follows.
Partner Gek Lamphramu anomaly detection presented with temporary blindness. No treatment was possible. Case requires study. Case number 47.
Chance of recovery, 36%. So they got people full on exploding in their lockers, people going blind, and they think, oh, we should just keep doing these experiments. Oh my gosh. Corporate doesn't care about anybody. Engineering control panel accessed. Generator failure detected. Fabricators in.
Emergency power.
Construct component? Yes, please. Fabrication pathway accessed. Awaiting user selection. As I said before, for this 5 runs, I'm going to focus on the technology. And res. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. But, crud. We got a C-class reactor. So this is the, engine for building a starship. And sometimes they show up instead of an upgrade for our freighter. Son of a bitch! All right, let's get the heck out of here. And that is freighter number 1 done. I'm gonna go empty my pockets and I'll see you guys at the next one. All right, so I'm just gonna pick one at random, no cherry picking or looking around too much. So we'll see what happens when we get there. And the likelihood of getting a good freighter, like one that gives you the S-class upgrade, it's more likely in like a 3-star economy and things like that. I know all of that, but for the purposes of this little celebratory episode, I thought just do a random one. No game in the systems. And here we are. Aw, crap! We're having a freaking space battle? I don't have time for a space battle. All right, guys. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit for y'all. Hey guys, this is Editor Will. Just wanted to say thank you if you've made it this far in the video, if you're one of my new subscribers in the 100 that we're celebrating, or if you're part of the next 100, which I hope will be signing up very soon. I'm welcoming you just as much. I'm having so much fun with this playthrough, and with you guys, the community, the comments and everything are awesome. Thank you again. I just want to tell you that it means the world to me. I've gone through kind of a crazy year last year and started doing this for fun, thinking no one would ever see any of it. And it's kind of blowing me away that there's actually a community forming around these videos. And just wanted to say thank you a lot. I've just been thinking about that while editing, and how lucky I am to be able to start doing something like this. Even on an incredibly small scale, it's just so much fun having you guys ride along for this little bit of an adventure. Anyway, I'm gonna stop getting mushy. You're gonna see things go terribly wrong for me here in just a second. Come here, Captain Red Dew. You slippery mother fricker. Come on. Red tails only. So far, we're down to 4 more of these guys, and I haven't hit the freighter yet. So we might be able to get a reward like a bulkhead upgrade or something to give us more space, or I can't remember if they sometimes give you money too. Oh crap. I think I hit the stupid storage thing. I only hit it once. I'm sorry. Well, you know what? From now on, this is my promise. Anytime we come into a pirate battle, I'm gonna team up with the pirates, and I'm just gonna start attacking the frickin' trade convoys. I'm still gonna blow up these other pirates because, you know, we're now fighting over the loot rather than trying to protect anybody. Hey, this is Future Will again. Obviously, I went on a little bit of a rampage here. Just humor me. It won't take too long, and we'll get back on to what we were supposed to be doing this whole time. I did lose track.
Ah, so you thought you were gonna get away with it, did you? Where are your baubles? I'm gonna shoot all your balls right off. I only took out those pods so you could watch me and think I forgot about you.
All right, brothers and sisters, we're done with that. I took out that entire trader convoy. I don't know how I'm gonna edit it down, but hopefully I left a little bit of it in there for you guys to enjoy as well. And here is freighter number 2. Let's go! I promise you, I empty my pockets like this every single time I go into a freighter. So I'm not gonna show you all of that stuff every time. It's just too boring. All right, now that I got empty pockets, the Sentinels are still mad at me for blowing up the trader convoy. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game just because it might glitch because of the fact that the Sentinels are still after me. I mean, it'd be awesome actually if the Sentinels were like whizzing around and shooting at the freighter while I was inside of it, but I'm sure that's hard to program into them. I'm still a little afraid of running out of resources, but not nearly as much as I was the last time. So I'm not gonna like exhaustively take every single one of the canisters that we run into, but I also don't want to be running around with nothing, you know what I mean? All right, freighter number 2. What have you got in you? Some freaking turrets right away. Loads of turrets. Loads of alien canisters. But I'm not seeing any of the hive nests, which are really actually what I'm worried about. They slow you down so much. They explode if you get too close to them and move too quickly. And then tons of those guys come out spitting at you. And I would only be able to use my laser, which would not be good. Okay, let's go ahead and start our circular search pattern and see what we find. Research log entry follows. Recovered bacterial colony with automated probe. Performed non-penetrative consciousness probe. Observation.
Immediate combustion abort experiment.
Well, at least the AI on this ship is like anti-aliens taking over. Obviously, they're all aliens, but you know what I mean. The abominable aliens, the little tiny guys in the glass. They're in the last freighter, it seemed like the AI was actually on their side, like it was trying to protect them. I've got this stupid error message. Let me see if I can get it to go away. Is that gonna work? Okay, all right. That worked. Ooh, I thought I was gonna have to go through the whole freighter with that on there, and it's driving me crazy. Anyone else with OCD, you know what I mean. So let's go ahead and turn on a heater unit, and we'll take a little look-see around. We got our way forward this way. All right, we got a computer, nice. Right off the bat, didn't have to go too far. Records terminal accessed. Searching. Company charter details.
Encrypted.
Engine destruct codes.
Encrypted.
Crew manifest.
Accessible.
Crew status as of last shipwide bioscan 14 days ago. Commanding officer Captain Pevier. Duty officer Junior Navigator Nyack. First officer Omni. Quartermaster Utsi. Crew status report. Crew active 113, incapacitated 32. Supernumeraries, entity Alvatos, asteroid dig crew, entity Yespelan, mining prospector, operator entity Gry, company official. Scanning ship for biological traces.
Scanning. Scanning. Still scanning a little bit. Still need to do some scanning.
No detected biological traces, batch crew records.
Scanning a little.
Retrieving last known crew positions. Captain Pevier.
Redacted area.
Junior Navigator Nyack. Engineering Bay 10, 3 days ago. Officer Olmi. Central Records 3 days ago. Quartermaster Utsio. AI monitoring station yesterday. All right, so that is our crew manifest. It's going to be our first piece of documentation that we need from this freighter. The next computer is going to have our captain's log. So we just want to make sure that we have covered this whole area and gotten all of the containers and whatnot. Okay, I don't know how quickly that turret can just rip me apart, so I'm gonna avoid setting these off for as long as possible. I've only got my laser. Crap! Is it shooting me? No, I thought I set it off. Oh, it's a freaking drone floating around. I'm gonna try to just sort of get it to forget about me, because I'm afraid if I try to shoot it, right, I would end up accidentally grazing the turret. And then once you activate the security systems, I'm thinking all of the turrets turn on, so it kind of makes it a nightmare for the rest of your run. So I'm gonna just skedaddle, and we'll move on. Grab these in the hallway, and another snippet. Personal data recording, access for analyst entity Tashik. Internal security, datashan 3083.2.
Shh. Haven't heard from them in days. Shh. We need to move fast. Shh. I've got to tell the others. Got to spread. Shh.
Oh my gosh, some of these are hilarious. And now we have our credentials for the captain's computer in a minute. So we don't actually need to open up any more PDAs at this point. But for the lore and the tiny bit of nanites, you know I'm gonna do it. So my intention is to go down every single dead end, open every single container, open every single PDA. I know that might get a bit tedious to watch, so there's definitely some sections that I'm gonna speed up. I'll try not to cut out a whole lot or anything, just so you can see the continuous journey. All right, so we've got another ladder. Let's see, is this the one? Can I do it without fault? No, I always start climbing up the ladder. I don't know what the trick is to not being, instantly sucked onto it. Here we go. Are we gonna get lucky again? What the hell? Okay. Oh, nice! We got like a hangar bay. Okay. So usually in the hangar bay, you can salvage something out of the ship. Now we really need a heater somewhere. Where is the heater? I'm conscious of the fact that my protection is almost gone. Where's the heater? Where's the freaking heater? Where's the freaking heater? Oh my God, I'm at 25%. Oh gosh, it's all the way over here. And they're shooting at me. Come on. All right. I had a little bit of a panic attack there. We're gonna have to go do some backtracking, but we made it. Now we'll see if we can make it back over into the hangar bay. I'll pop as many of these as I can as I go by. I can't get to the other side of the desk. I'm too rotund. Oh no, did I set off the thing? No, I didn't set it off. Oh, it's just another one of you little crappy drones. Oh, I hate you guys so much. You better hide. You better hide, MFer. Oh no, I didn't mean to do this, and now I'm stuck. It might kill me while I'm standing here. I don't care about your eggs. Let me go. All right, it doesn't seem to be blasting me too hard. We got one more crate here, and then there should be something in the ship as well. They're usually not the best upgrades, but you get something. What is it? Ooh, okay, a B phase beam module. I'm not going to install it, but I will sell it for the nanites. It's worth maybe 300 nanites or something like that. Interesting looking ship as well. Every time you get one of those hangar bays, it's like a different, randomly RNG ship. So they can be some pretty cool ones. All right. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. Just because I'm in here destroying your friends. I said the AI was on, the side of the regular aliens. But these turrets and the drones, they seem to really just be protecting the aliens. Oh no, some sort of worms. A terrifying sample. Of course that's what I find in here. Take that, you little critters. None of your terrifying samples are gonna make it out of here. All right, so there is a snippet back there that I need to get to. And this little fricker, how did you heal?
You were down to halfway before. So I think I don't really have any choice here but to get rid of this turret. It's gonna tear me apart as soon as I go over there and read that other snippet, and I have to open up all the snippets. That's the rule.
This is pretty good because I've got this little wall I can hide behind. Just keep weaving back and forth. Got a little distance, so that one grazed me and took about 25% of my shield off in one hit. Get a little closer, we do a little bit more damage. And it can't rotate too fast. Okay, so that's the trick. Get close, jump back and forth. They can't rotate too quick. Captain's eyes only. Pre-flight crew appraisal. Name, analyst, entity, static. Specialism, supply logistics. Respect for command,
16%.
compliance,
23%.
enthusiasm,
1%.
company approval rating,
88%.
predicted remaining lifespan, 31.2 years. Addendum. Captain's personal note.
Borrows heavily from messmates. Danger brewing.
Doesn't that sound about right? The guy who doesn't care about management, who has no loyalty, the company loves him, and I think basically this company gets to decide how long you live. They know to the exact month what day you're gonna die or when you're gonna die, which I think is because they kill their employees. I think we got everything in this room now. We'll just get a little more toasty. That's where we came in at. That's a dead end over there. And this is just an empty corner. So let's go down the dead end and see if we can find anything interesting in here. Oh, this is a fancy quarters. It's got its own heater, desk. What's going on? Personal data recording access for our entity Meagle Engineering.
Shh. The lab needs another round of samples. Shh. Nothing but holographs and whispers. Shh. We can't contain it much longer. It's right outside the... Shh.
Recording ends.
All right, so now we got an up ladder. So we're back up on the main floor again. Crawling up out of the basement. What do we got over here? A huge locker room. freaking drones. I can't check the thing while the drones are on my butt. Uh-oh, wait a second. I was about to die. I didn't even realize. I was literally seconds away. All right, now we got a safe spot to stand. I'm gonna take you out, MFer. Okay. Man, that guy was pissing me off. All right, how much more do we got in here? Not much. Okay. Yeah, I think we just need to get these snippets now. Pip AI log decrypted. Location tracking report of entity Suka. AI security. Personal bioscan last detected 11 days ago. In sleeping unit 4, 3 others were present. Biometric readout indicates
Consciousness co-opted by external routine.
no further life signs detected. So that just makes me think of like Inception gone wrong. So there's like the 3 people standing around the bed. They co-opted his or that person's like unconscious mind and then somehow accidentally killed them. Whoops, I'm spinning chairs over here. Let's see, now we got the captain's log.
Private mainframe access denied.
Captain's DNA required, access personal log.
Hold on while I scan real quick.
Ship-wide bioscans indicate severe incident status. Override available. Indicate captain's fate to begin. He's dead. Input accepted. Log will record captain's fate as
Extinguished.
duty officer may take command. Authenticate as duty officer to continue. Security credentials required. I'll log in as the junior there. Credentials accepted. Welcome, Junior Navigator Nyack. Log will record you as temporary commander. Last significant entry from Captain Pevere follows. Data stamp 3116.7. Corvax convergence teaches all value is in relation. There are no numbers without other numbers, no life without other life. Why then must I do this? Others rest. It is their right. Others are born again. I have dwelt within carapace beyond number. Hundreds of cycles has my echo walked the universe. Eheu! It is time for me to give back. It is time for me to pay my tithe. All Corvex are one, they say, but this is not so. We are a family of souls. We are never alone. We have voices in our minds. They pray for me now. This ship, this freighter, it has become my new body. Eheu! They are making me. They are changing me. My echo will fill every circuit, every wall, every light. I do not want to go. I do not. Holy crap. Okay, so the Corvex that was on this freighter got incorporated into the freighter itself. Oh my god. So all of the like drones and turrets and things, it's all this Corvex guy. Maybe that's why he's so pissed off at me, trying to kill me all the time. Personal data recording access for entity Rokatmai, General Hand. Captain's orders, but I don't understand. Loose in the living quarters? Trapped in here now. At least there's enough.
Recording ends.
All right, well, I guess that guy ended up trapped in here. There was loads of like these canisters, so they thought they were gonna be all right. I guess it didn't work out for them. We might as well take everything we can grab, though. Were they in here with someone else? Partial cargo manifest follows. Cryopump, 992. Ancient bullion, 4. Nitrogen salt, 333. Barrels of liquid, 32.
Cargo alert active.
All right, so we know what the cargo was that caused this infestation. Obviously, those barrels of quote-unquote liquid is probably what got out and caused these guys to freaking go crazy. You think it was some sort of like black mold situation like we had in back in America with the witch burnings and stuff? They were eating moldy bread, we think now, I think, and that's why they did all the witch burning, because they thought they were hearing whispers and crazy things. All right, it's our last one. All right, so let's get at the last few. Oh, another snippet. Extract from Watch Officer's Daily Report. Discipline. Date stamp 2444.3. Work entity Vervidro. Hostile intelligence detection. Confined to the brig for dereliction of duty. Sentence length, 902 days. Holy crap, 902 days is like 2.5 years or something? For dereliction of duty, that sounds really vague. Sounds like he didn't want to be injecting people with alien parts. Nice, we got a crew foot locker. All right. I like that you can get blueprints from these. We'll be adding a little bit of stuff to Judy's interior, obviously, with all of our winnings. All right, come on, let's get lucky, get lucky. Engineering control panel access. Generator failure detected. Fabricators on.
Emergency power.
Fabrication pathway accessed. Awaiting user selection. Fabricate technology upgrade. I kind of feel like there's supposed to be a different message at the end, but at least we get a salvage fleet trade unit upgrade. It's only C class, but it is for our actual trade fleet, so that'll help standard bonus on any trading ships that we send out now. They'll get a little bump from this. It is very small from a C class upgrade, but it's better than nothing, and eventually we're gonna have all S class stuff, but it takes a while to get there. That's the fun of the game. All right, but to cut down on our time a little bit, we're gonna use a little bit of cheese, and oh God, where did that asteroid come from? Oh man. Oh yeah, my frigates are all back. Okay, so we're gonna use a little bit of cheese and warp in our freighter so that we don't run into another battle or something like that to distract me. But in my intention to not get distracted, now I want to really quickly send out all of our freighters because those are time-locked things, and there's probably rewards from when I sent them out before I started all of this. All right, so this one has the Normandy as part of the battle group, so they should have done pretty good. Let's see what rewards we got from our friends here. Oh, here's an interesting. Boarding crew dispatched to Gex slave freighter. Captives freed and given command of the ship. Previous crew vented into space. Every now and then you get a cool one like that. Okay, with all of those out, let's go ahead and get back on task and go to our next star system. We're gonna jump in the freighter so that we don't run into any more battles to take up more time. So I'm just thinking maybe instead of another Viking system, we go to a Corvex system to just switch it up, get more chance of having some unique log entries. And here we are, freighter number 3. It's a Corvex system, but doesn't guarantee that it's Corvex who are running this freighter. But I think it's a little more likely. So we'll see what happens. It was a Gek freighter the last 2 times, I think. All right, so this time I'm not gonna be as focused on scavenging all the oxygen and sodium that I can possibly grab. I am, as I'm saying that, noticing that my life support is pretty low. Probably should have charged that before I came in here. But hey, that just makes this run a little bit more difficult, which is kind of what I'm looking to do, just kind of dial it up on each one of these. Let's go ahead and fill that up as much as we can. A little bit more in my back pocket just to make me feel safe. I'm still gonna grab the supplies because we don't know if we're gonna get into a lot of combat on one of these eventually. I mean, that's kind of what I'm dreading, is when we open up and see a whole bunch of infested nests and stuff like that. That would be a nightmare. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky again and we'll have a super easy one. All right, open sesame. We got a hangar room right in the first room. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen one that early on before. And a B level upgrade for some nanites. Sick. We're starting off strong. The only bad thing about these hangar rooms is they're huge and there's no heater in this one. So we're gonna be jumping around quite a lot, I think, to try to stop from freezing to death. And I just noticed we still have that stupid error message. That happened in the last freighter as well. I think how does this thing get out of here is the other thing that I'm thinking. There's no way to get that out of this room, but I guess we live in a universe with teleporters. Let me see if I can get this error message to go away again. Okay, that worked last time. All right, nice. I don't know if it was the temperature. No, okay, yeah. It came back. Last time it didn't come back. I'm not gonna go try again. This room is way too big to keep running back and forth across. But let's see what we got here. We got a little locker room. We got some heaters, and we have some droids. Just stick and move, stick and move. Where are you? Where are you? You in the wall? I can hear you kind of behind me. Sometimes they spawn inside of walls and stuff like that. So you'll hear them shooting at you and being all mad, but they can't do anything until they glitch through the wall, and then they start killing you when you're reading a PDA. And we got another blueprint. So now we can have crates in our bases as well. Go ahead and pop these. I don't know why you can pop them and they look like they're just perfectly fine. Even though you saw the glass fly away, you got to shoot them to actually destroy them. That guy is still trying to get at me. I hear you. I hear you. Oh, and our first snippet. Chip AI logging fragment 633.63 recovered. Probe report for AI control officer Morsoko. Desire for certainty exceptional. Sympathy to other life forms extremely low. Ration consumption high. Conclusion?
Erased.
I tell you, those freaking guys seem to get out of the wall as soon as you get into a PDA. But we got our first security pass right off the first PDA there. So awesome. We don't actually have to read any more of them. That being said, I think they're funny. Chip AI logging fragment 575.60 recovered. AI internal memory
Encrypted.
decrypting. Automated reporting for entity Glorizuki. Water control. Probe awareness high. Computational ability very high. Perception levels exceptional. Conclusion.
Jettison when necessary.
See? This guy was perceptive as heck, was aware of their probes, and they're like shoving them out of an airlock when you need to. All right, we got our first computer terminal here, another lab full of jellyfish. I love seeing the jellyfish. It just means that we're less likely to see those dang nests, which are a freaking nightmare. The other nightmare I'm dealing with is this error on my screen. Maybe it'll finally go away with one of these other terminals kind of pushing it out of the way. And what do you know? It didn't find any trace of the crew. Where was the last time they were seen? The captain in a redacted area. Surprise, surprise. Junior Nyack, Engineering Bay, Officer Omni, Control Records. Hey, fish. Okay, usually they bump into you and it like kill themselves, but this one's being chill. Like I tell you, this freaking jellyfish are the best. Let's see. Did I get rid of it? Okay, the thermal thing came up. Let's just see. Is it gonna come back? Huzzah! It didn't. Nice. I'm gonna blow up all of these stupid aliens. I see a snippet we haven't read. Research log entry follows. Collected ancient bones on Lode Sigma. Performed contextual probe. Observation. Novel pathogen discovered. Well, I wonder if that was an issue. Let's see if we can find another clue. Expedition event log follows. Data stamp 2442.0 fired upon while surveying Armigolov log system. Deployed reflective shields. Hostiles fire redirected to destroy their own ships. Scanned debris and discovered outstanding bounty. Encountered pirate fleet in Ibarak system. Destroyed 71 enemy vessels. Remaining hostiles fled. Engaged by overwhelming numbers of pirate vessels. Forced to retreat under heavy fire. Critical subsystems damaged. All right, so the way I read that, I'm thinking the guys who escaped in that second encounter, they came back with reinforcements and messed these guys up. I am not a well, actually, I am a pirate. You're fully justified in shooting at me. Okay. Let's see, where are you? Oh, there you are, hiding. And there's one up here. Anyway, I can just move on. I don't need to fight those guys. Let's go.
See what I mean? These guys are always guarding the snippets. I gotta make sure I clear the area before I open up any PDAs. All right, the coast should be clear. All right, what do we got here? Monitoring and maintenance logs. Okay, these could be interesting. Oh, God, I'm getting shot in the back. Oh, I gotta just skip through it. See what I mean? I can't make it go any faster. I'm mashing the button. I'm getting shot in the back. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Unexplained tissue matter in medical bay. Great. Alert raised. All right. Really? As soon as I finish, you stop. It's an AC there. Freaky glove hanging in the middle of the air. I love the way things sort of float, but the physics are real if you bump into stuff. All right, another snippet. Anybody gonna come and mess with me while I do this? Partial crew equipment record follows. Name, entity y'all, specialism, engineering. Personal locker contains gas canister, plasma clips, boot protectors, and miscellaneous personal journals. Last accessed 6 days ago. Detailed scan of interior revealed extensive burning on the interior. Okay, so that dude's plasma canisters blew up in their locker and burnt everything up. I hope their journals are okay. Hey guys, it's Future Will again. Thanks for hanging in there with me on this fun little jaunt. I realized we actually, could do like a Halloween special where we do some extra special challenges, make it really, really difficult. So put your ideas in the comments. I'm definitely down for trying anything you guys come up with. All right, that's the way forward. And somebody had some nip-nip in their locker. That's another way that you can start your own nip-nip garden is by doing some of these freighter missions. Man, that droid is really mad at me. Yeah, both of these we've already got. I think we have everything in this room now, and we can move on to Chamber 4. What are we gonna get this time? Another big old crazy lab. Listen, buddy, I can hear you. You stuck up in the ceiling? All right. I'll leave you alone. I know, even though you're not leaving me alone, I'll go ahead and... Oh, we have ceiling turrets in this room as well. Fun, fun, fun. So we get to do the little run back and forth and try not to trigger them. What else have we got in here? Standard square rooms with a cylinder and one container. And I can hear another robot. Yep, he's gonna try to get me as soon as I get into a PDA. Where are you, you red-eyed MFer? Come here. Come here. You can try to hide in the beams, but it's not gonna work. There you go. Now that's taken care of. Oh, crap. Hold on. Where's the heater? Is there a heater in here? Is there a heater in here? Guys, there's not a heater in here. Oh, my God. Okay. There's a dead end over here. A lot of times these are like an office that has a heater in them. Crap! Okay. This could be it, guys. This could be it. I'm gonna run as fast as I can. Oh, my gosh. I gotta get all the way back into the other room. Where is it? Where is the heater? Where's the heater? I left them all on. Okay, come on. Oh, God. Oh, okay. That wasn't actually so bad. It didn't even get into my HP, but it took my shield down some. Ooh, just catch my breath with my jellyfish buddies. It's crazy over on this side, jellyfish. Okay, we gotta be a little more strategic, a little bit faster on our feet. Gotta grab one more container there. There's a snippet over here. And a crate. And a few more in there. Okay, and another security drone. Why not? This looks like I'm gonna have to go fishing and go back and forth and back and forth. At least I know what I'm up for now, and I can take off. Oh, popping those creatures, or those guys here, they count as a creature kill. I don't think it's the drones that count as a creature kill. But cool, we've got a few of those side missions sort of as a backlog. I just pick those up whenever I see them because it doesn't matter what creature you kill or where. Even sometimes creatures will just die in your vicinity. Okay, so the next one is a jump down. We know where the way out is. But like I've been in like storms or even predators have killed creatures near me and it ticked off my missions for me. Okay, I don't think I have time to read that PDA. So we're just gonna zip over here and warm our tushy up real quick. Okay, gotta just keep... Oh, crap! I set off the security camera. Can I just take off? If I get out of your range? Ooh, all these stupid containers. All right, we're gonna try to cheese this a little bit. I'm just gonna try to use this wall here and hide. I'm just out of where it can shoot, apparently. Oh, yep, if I move over at all, I'm in its range. But I can just sit here and take you down. All right, pretty sure we got everything we need in there. So let's see if I can jump down the ladder without getting on it. Hey, I think that's the first time I ever did that. I didn't immediately get on, and I have another one to do. Can I get down this one too? Will you ruin it? Yes, you ruined it. Oh, frack. So I got halfway down the overall descent. That's interesting that we got 2 in a row. Another freaky lab. Of course, this one with the weird stasis pods is gonna be in the basement. Let's just keep moving because we're getting pretty low. And there's another drop down. Okay, we can't go down there. There's a nope, there's a heater. Come on. Almost. There we go. Just in time. Okay. We got some turrets to deal with up here. And then we can move on to the next area. Because there's no computer terminal in this area, but I've still got to clear it out. Look at this crazy area. There's so many pods. What were these guys doing? Oh, there's a PDA there. We'll come back and get the clues in a second. I'm gonna make sure I destroy all of these things before I leave. Oh, here's the freaking thing. I didn't see it when I came in the room. This whole area is like a maze. Okay, let's get this snippet and see what we can find out. Extract from Watcher's Officer's Discipline Report. Operations Entity Ozakaza, AI Oversight confined to the brig for crafting own weapons. First offense, 34 days. Something tells me Ozakaza got framed. So they were the AI Oversight person, right? And AI Oversight is a theme we keep getting over and over again. Can't believe I missed that heater the first time, but now we've got it right next to us while we read this, so we should be good.
Private mainframe access denied.
Captain's DNA required to restart.
Scanning.
Shipwide bioscans indicate severe incident status. Override available. Indicate captain's fate to begin.
I think he's probably dead, y'all.
Input accepted. Log will record captain's fate as
Extinguished.
duty officer may take command. Authenticate as duty officer to continue. Security credentials required. I'm going to log in as the Junior Navigator Nayak. Credentials accepted. Welcome, Junior Navigator Nayak. Log will record you as temporary commander. Last significant entry from Captain Pevier follows. All right, now we're going to find out the real deal of what happened here.
Corvex Convergence teaches all value is in relation. There are no numbers without other numbers, no life without other life. Why must I do this then? Others rest, it is their right. Others are born again. I have dwelt within carapaces beyond number. Hundreds of cycles I have walked the universe. Hugh, it is my time to give back. It is my time to pay my tithe. All Corvex are one, they say, but this is not true. We are a family of souls. We are never alone. We have voices in our mind. They pray for me now. This ship, this freighter, it has become my new body. Hugh! They are making me. They are changing me. My echoes will infest this whole entire freighter, and this is the same one we did before.
So unfortunately, that one was a repeat. I guess every now and then you're just gonna run into the same story. Maybe it's because we're close by where the other one was. We only jumped a couple systems over. I don't know. Anyway, I think, have we got everything in this room? No, there's still a box over there. This one we've already looked at. All right, I think we should be safe here while we read this. Personal data recording, access for entity Haika, cleaning. Data stamp 2372.9.
The lab wants us all in for testing. What else are they hiding? Vented them into space, but they just come back.
Recording ends.
I love those the most. A little random recording. Like, what the heck? Oh, crap. I set off the freaking thing. At least I can duck into here. What do you think they were venting into space? The drones? Drones are just self-replicating. They just keep coming back and coming back, hunting everybody down. Loads of tainted metal in here. Nice. I'm not too worried about grabbing the oxygen anymore. Definitely want to bust all of these containers, though. Get our slime. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking good. I think it forgot about me. So let's... No, I can't, apparently not the little drones anyway. They're still hunting my ass. Okay, 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 okay. We've almost got this room cleared. Basically, we're done, I think. Anything else? Anything else? No. We got it. We got it. We're good. Okay, here's another chance. See if I can jump down the ladder without climbing on it. Hey, we did it. And we're all the way down. That is officially the first time I changed levels without jumping on the ladder. I know that's not nearly as exciting to you as it is to me.
One more PDA on our way out. Why not? Personal data recording access for work entity Uncherry. Sterilization.
Shh. They're locked outside for now. Shh. Ever since that planet with the... Shh. No! Crawling out of there! Shh.
Recording ends.
Man, the more of these I read, the more I realize these are just awesome Halloween, like, ghost stories. We're definitely going to do a Halloween special with more of these at the end of the month. You guys got to give me some good ideas. What should I do? Should I, like, take... I don't know. Y'all come up with the good ideas. I'm doing what I can. I'm doing this run. Y'all come up with the next one. I did my part. Come on, baby. Give me that S-Class upgrade I've been hoping for. All right. Let's see what we get out of this one, and then we'll get on out of here. We only got 2 more after this to go. Crap! It's only a C-Class, but at least it's going to help us with our fuel consumption on our freighter. So it does at least install into the freighter. But man, that's disappointing. 2 C's in a row for the upgrades and a freaking C-Class reactor. I am not being lucky. Gosh, look at that view. I love this game so much, you guys. Have I said that enough yet today? I absolutely love this game. Well, I will see you guys on the next freighter. All right, let's actually take a quick look in the map so you guys can see that I'm just picking something at random. Now, I think, yeah, we got a pirate system over here. Why not? Oh, crap, I freaking jumped in Judy. We're gonna see if we end up in another battle or not. All right, I got lucky, no battle when I warped into the system, and here we are at our next freighter. So let's see what we can find on this one. Hopefully it's got an S-Class upgrade for me. Come on, baby. I can feel it, I can feel it. This is the lucky one. I can't wait to get in here. This is a little bit arranged different, isn't it? Anyway, that confused me for a second. No problem. We'll go ahead and open this up and see what we got in this can of oysters. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, what have we got here? Another hangar room, a double hangar room. Wow, okay. And a C-Class shield upgrade. No wonder this freaking place went down. Oh, and they've got an actual exit that they can take it out of, unlike the other one, except it's got a big beam in the middle of it. Maybe that's why you guys couldn't take care of yourselves. All your fighter jets are stuck inside. And I actually just scavenged 3 industrial joints off of the second one. So you got some random RNG stuff as well in these that give you Corvette parts, even though they're spaceships. I appreciate it anyway. I'll take all of the Corvette parts I can get. Now we got 1 box over here. I'm gonna try not to freeze to death running back and forth across this room. I am going to risk it for the biscuit and see if we can find a heater in the next room, because if there's not a heater in the next room, That's just crazy, right? They're just trying to kill me. Let me see. We got some turrets, another lab, big surprise. It seems like, you know how people take yachts and things out into the middle of the ocean so they're in international waters and they can get away with crimes and stuff? That's what they're doing out here, obviously. They're like, no planet will let us have these labs on the actual planet endangering people, so we're gonna put these things up in deep space where we can do all the crazy science that we want to do. At least that's my headcanon for now. Screw you guys. I'm going home. All right. Always one on the table and one box on the side. You do see that alignment a lot. Captain's eyes only. Pre-flight crew appraisal. Name, Peru Entity Tekken. Specialization, Recon. Mechanical aptitude, 59%. Disease resistance,
35%,
leadership potential,
9%,
company approval rating,
23%,
predicted remaining lifespan, 43 years. Addendum, captain's personal notes.
Borrows heavily from mass mates. Dangerous brewing.
All right, we've actually done incredibly well with getting these credentials like early on in the freighter missions. I feel like normally I have to do 4 or 5 journals and things before I find them, but let me know if you've been doing any freighter missions recently. Did they change that? Is that just like gotten a lot easier now? Okay, now we can grab this snippet. Partial crew equipment record follows. Name, Convergence Entity Aldum. Specialization, genetics. Personal locker content. Secure wallet. Soldering iron. Power hammer. And miscellaneous image. Last accessed 3 days ago. Detailed scan. Revealed traces of flesh burned to the interior of locker. Okay, so someone blew up in that locker as well, or maybe he blew up in his own locker and then someone took his place? There's doppelgangers on this thing? Let's see what's behind door number 1. Decompressed capsule. Box. And another sort of cozy locker room situation. So there's a PDA over here next to these beds, and another one over on this side. I wonder if anyone got trapped in here. Captain's eyes only. Pre-flight crew appraisal. Name, work entity Lugenstar. Specialization, cleaning. Reliability, 84%. Mechanical aptitude,
8,
hyperspace sensitivity, 69. Company approval rating, 77%. Predicted remaining lifespan, 39.2 years. Just don't ask him to fix anything or he'll fry himself. I'm guessing that on all of these, that the total of remaining lifespan is wrong. Okay, yeah, that was kind of a boring one. I'm not going to do the whole reading that one out. We just got our 26 nanites and we'll move on. Door number 3. What have you got for me? A floating helmet? My head is too big for a helmet. I don't need helmets. I can breathe through my antennae. This room is well guarded. Holy crap. Okay, how many do we have? 4? 5? Huh, and our computer system is over there that we need to get to. Okay. Let's just skirt around this side. Take a little peek-see down the hallway here. Yeah, so that's door number 4. That's our way forward. But we got to get to that computer first. And all of these lockers in the middle of the room. At least there aren't any, overhead turrets in this room. Let me see if I can just get a couple of these for free. We definitely can't read any of these PDAs until I take them all out, though, so might as well start picking them off. Not want to aggro all of them at once, because I got half my shields over here. Maybe there's enough space for me to read one. Gosh, I swear, as soon as you go into the menu, yep, they already know. You already know. You were sneaking up behind me, trying to kill me while I can't do anything about it. I got 15 or 20% of my shield left. Another cold creature. So killing these robots also counts as a creature? All right. Partial crew equipment record follows. Name, engineering entity Yakaha. Personal locker contains gravity boots, sonic oscillator, armor patch, and assorted personal etchings. Last accessed 5 days ago. Detailed scans reveal...
There is a rhythmic pattern emitting from the locker.
All right, my question is, when they did a detailed scan and there was something in there tapping, why didn't they open the locker? What if it was him? Everyone else is blowing up in their locker. This guy could have exploded in his locker. This guy's trying to knock on the thing and no one can let him out? That's terrible. Okay, I think we should be safe to log into the computer here. Oh, man. The second I touch it, I just looked all around. At least I can leave this. You sneaky son of a... How many of this freaking droid are on this freaking freighter? I'm tired of these droids on this freaking freighter. Okay, I leaned into that too late. Let's go ahead and read this while I'm at it. Personnel data recording access for entity Hoppier. Warp drive maintenance.
But haven't heard from them in days. It's just torture now. I've got to tell the others, got to spread.
Recording ends.
All right, so that poor guy was just like forcibly converted into a cult or something. Let's see what we can get in here. All right, might as well update the bioscan. Retrieving last known crew positions. Captain Prevere is in a redacted area again. Why is the captain always in a redacted area? Engineering Bay 10, Central Records, AI monitoring station. There's always one in the AI monitoring station as well. They're always using the AI against us, folks. Just this cool spinning monitor in the middle. All right, well, we might as well check out the dead end first. I don't mind blowing up these canisters now. I don't care about pissing off the bots. They're already on my ass. Okay, we got a little bit of treasure that we can sell for some cash. Could be worth a lot. And what have we got in here? No PDAs. Turn the heater on. Almost did the chair. Actually, let's see what this looks like. I wish you could sit in those. Another loose helmet. I don't know why I find that so funny when things are just sort of floating in the air, spinning like that. I need to blow up more of these canisters whenever I see them because that's what always does it. It sets everything spinning. Oh, crap. That's the wrong way. Where's the way out? Oh, yeah, it's down this little snaky hallway over here. That's okay. I just warmed my tushy up on the way by. And now it is door number 4. Let's see. What have we got? A big old scary lab. How surprising. Still no nests. I'm not complaining. I much like seeing these guys in these things than running around all over the place. Where's this guy? Stuck up in the ceiling? Come on, I'm gonna find you. All right. If you're stuck up there, I'll leave you where alone. We got a turret in the room and we got our DNA computer here, the captain's log. We'll see what they've got to say about what's transpired here. I am not seeing a heater up here. Where? Oh, God. Okay, good. It's just covered by this turret. So I'm a little screwed on that one. I don't think I have enough time to fight it if I trigger it. Oh, God. Of course, the wrong thing broke. But I think I can just scooch up to it. Come on, get your fat butt in there. All right, we're warming up slowly. We're warming up faster than we're cooling down. That's the important thing. If I kill it from here, maybe I can just work my way around. Oh no, God, of course my weapon charge depleted. Okay. Oh, it can shoot me through the window. What? I thought there was a window there. Did it break the window? Or was there just never a window there? Maybe not. Use the cheese. You gotta use the cheese when you can. I can't see its health. How healthy are you? How close are you to death, sir? I need to get closer to this heater. All right, good. You're almost gone. Nice. Risked it for the biscuit, and we got our reward. Expedition event log follows. Data stamp 2708.7, engaging rogue capital ship with assistance from systems authorities. Operation successful. Patrolled Oamaka Aura system, nothing to report. Ambushed by Viking pirates. Expedition ill-equipped to respond. Severe damage taken. All right, so this guys were also raided by pirates. Man, one day, these guys are gonna have to give us a cut. They're gonna have to let us in on some of the profits of these ambushes that we're not getting our rightful tithe from. All right, so now we gotta log into the captain's log to get our cool little bit of lore out of this. You know, I've usually put deceased, but I'm gonna put unknown. How do we know what happened to this guy? So it says unknown, presumed dead. Okay, well, I guess he's always dead. And we can take over with the security credentials of Junior Navigator Nyack. What do we got? Credentials accepted. Welcome, Junior Navigator Nyack. Log will record you as temporary commander. Last significant entry from Captain follows. Data stamp 3116.7.
Corvex convergence teaches all value is in relation. There are no numbers without other numbers.
Ah, crap. This is the same one we did before. Why do we keep getting the same one? Man, that last line is chilling. I don't want to go. Gosh, imagine you're being disassembled and at the last moment you realize you made a mistake. Okay, so we got to time this and we're going to go get that over there. And I think that might be the only thing we need to get in this radius. Oh no, I didn't mean to trigger this. Quick. I'm gonna start getting shot any second. Come on. No time to read it. All right, through quarantine, got it. Frick. All right, I just grab this and then I can get out of the way and then hopefully it'll forget about me if I can just break its line of sight. They don't have very good memories. If I get over here, we should be okay. Maybe I can hide in here. There wasn't a window on that other room, but there's definitely windows on this one. So if it can shoot me through these, that's just bullshit crap. Look at it over there scanning for me. Where did you go? All right, it's gone back to sleep. I got 50% left on my shield or frost protection. I don't know what you would call it. My underwear isn't, my undergarments, my under, what do you call those? Thermal underwear is not working. Oh my gosh, these beds are so freaky. Imagine you wake up and there's like an alien in a vat above you getting liquidized and injected into you. That's what I imagine they're doing at these things. And what did they even use those claws for? I don't want to think about it. Let's move on to the next room. I think I've got all of the containers in here. Grab the one in the hallway, click our heater on, and door number 5. We're getting pretty close to the end, I think. Of course it's another lab. What else would it be other than another lab? Monitoring and maintenance logged accessed. Event record follows. Data stamp 2174.2. Lock malfunction in private cargo unit. Outcome watch officer notified. Data stamp 2178.2. Crew distress call in navigation control. Outcome deployed backup. Data stamp 2212.6. Exponential mold growth in high security cargo unit 2. Outcome internal alert level raised. Man, it feels like they should have been given those incidents a little bit more attention. So maybe whoever was hanging out in the AI monitoring station was like diverting those alerts and like de-escalating the response and stuff like that. At least that's what I imagine. All right, we got a snippet and then another crate. Personal data recording access for operations entity Lunic water control. Data stamp 1774.2.
Shh. They quarantined another wing yesterday. Shh. How did this even happen? Shh. They're coming apart. Shh.
Recording ends.
So wing by wing, these AI-controlled bots were infesting everywhere, killing everybody that they came across. So one by one, they had to shut down the different areas of the ship to try to hide from them. That's what I'm thinking. Now, Whoever was taking over the AI and killing all the people on this freighter, are they the bad guy or are they the good guy? Something to think about. Number 6, what do we got? The last computer we need and some more lockers and stuff. Thank God there's a heating unit. Hey guys, this is Future Will again, Editor Will. I just wanted to say thank you again if you're hanging out. Please leave a comment. I am live in the chat if you are here on premiere night. But even if you leave a chat on watching the VOD later, it'll let me know that this is sort of a popular format and we can do more. Okay, I think that's everything except for these 2 PDAs. And this is another daily discipline report. What did this guy do? Analyst entity Veliot, internal security, confined to the brig for gambling. First offense, sentence 10 days. So they framed the security guy as well to get him out of the way, it looks like. Partial crew equipment record. Let's see what's in this one. Entity via specialism warp stability. Personal locker contains DNA sample of themselves, sleep aids, ore sampler, and collection of unidentifiable matter. They also sealed their locker from inside. Interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to trigger it twice. But yeah, they locked themselves in their own locker with sleep aids, and there was unidentifiable matter in the locker as well. So I'm assuming the unidentifiable matter was the person who climbed in there, locked the freaking thing, and then exploded like everybody else. Let's see what we can get out of this one. Please, 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 even a B class, you know, God forbid even an A class, but please, something good out of this fabricator. Come on, come on. Crap! So another fuel unit. Well, at least we'll save on our fuel a tiny little 3 or 4%. Yeah, I'm really not hitting it lucky on these as far as the reward at the end. We might do better on Corvette parts. I'm not really sure if there's a correlation between the quality of the Corvette part that you get. So cool that this had like an airplane hangar at the beginning of it. But is there a correlation between, you know, if you get an S-class freighter upgrade, does that mean that you get a good Corvette part, like an Ambassador class or something that's expensive? Gorgeous ringed planets. I love the way these look. I said that before. I'll probably say it again. See you on the next one. Okay, so we're back in the galaxy map. We're just gonna real quickly pick somewhere random. Okay, I can't go to that one because we don't have the right drive. And I don't want to do another Corvex or Viking system. I know I say I picked these at random, but they're just to say that I haven't been there before is the randomness. I don't know if it's a good freighter or not, basically. Let's see what we find on this one. So I was smart, or at least tried to be, and warped inside of our freighter. And look at that, we got our 30th warp milestone. So we'll be able to turn that in for some nanites on the anomaly the next time we're there. And here we are, our 5th and final freighter for this evening's very special episode celebrating 100 subscribers. I hope that some of you are new to the series and will be joining us for the remainder. But for those of you who are part of that original group of 100 that got us to this milestone in the first place, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It really means everything. Just to show you real quick that I don't have anything in my inventory. I'm not cheating or anything. I'm just trying to edit this to make it a little bit more fun to watch. And as you can see, I don't have any oxygen or any shields. We're going in here basically naked. So if you've joined sort of halfway through the live stream, now you know what this is all about. Celebrating 100 subscribers, doing it as most difficult way as I can, coming in here with nothing, no bullets, no nothing, only using my laser if we run into trouble. So I was actually collecting all of the resources that I possibly could, but now I am going to go in even the most naked that I have. I'm just gonna leave the supplies in the box there. We're going in with bare minimum because this is the very last one for this evening. And we got a giant locker room this time. And the snippet right here next to the beds. Let's see if we're lucky we get our pass on the first one again. Expedition event log follows. Data stamp 1368.0. Invested in Viking business on planet Obis. Return on investment 61%. Purchased goods on Mobilium system. Demand low. Sold at a small loss. Offered cut price minerals in the Immunuzi Monot system. Purchased merchant hid tracking device in mineral containers. Pirate ambushed fleet. Severe damage taken. All right, so there's a pretty clear pattern of these wrecked freighters basically being attacked by pirates, which totally makes sense. Why else would they have, containment breach or whatever happens to set off these things? Although some of them seemed like espionage, Maybe it was some outraged family member of somebody who was experimented on and turned into a monster, that they showed up and infiltrate the crew and set off the AI and kill everybody. That's what I think happened on the last one. We'll see what happens on this one. Maybe we'll get another clue in this right here. At least we don't have all of the bots flying around in this one, at least not yet. Ship AI log decrypted. Location tracking report for hireling Teuton, fuel generation. Personal bioscan last detected 11 days ago in the main generator. 2 others present. Biometric readout indicates sudden electrical discharge. No further life signs. Okay, so they were doing some sort of maintenance on the electrical generator, is my theory. And then somebody set it off. Like, made it generate a bunch of like an electrical pulse that killed everybody in that room. And then they were probably replaced with doppelganger versions of themselves. That's what I'm going to go with for now. Oh man, I love those big locker rooms for the loot, but gosh, that takes a second. I'll probably speed it up for you guys. All right, we'll grab our free loot in the hallway. I love it when there is a heating unit in the hallway, so I know I'm not about to run into a death trap. And this is a snippet dead end. Partial cargo manifest follows. Welding soap, 871. Glistening egg, 9. Corvex casing, 732. Novel pathogen samples, 84.
Seal broken.
Okay, so there's some sort of like mind control device. They had the glistening eggs as well, which may be part of the issue that this freighter had. I've been avoiding setting off those barrels, but I'm gonna keep blowing them up every place I see them now. Maybe not when it's that close to me though. Okay, at least there's a heater just inside here. And another secret lab in deep space. Ship's AI log decrypted. Location tracking report for Secretary Usid. Personal bioscan last detected 14 days ago in the main generator. 1 other present. Biometric readouts, entity in multiple pieces. Okay, you should not go to the generator room in this freighter. Bad things happen in the generator room, yo. Monitoring and maintenance logs accessed. Event record follows. Data stamp 1869.1. Disposal tube clogging and catering unit. Outcome maintenance requested. Software error and offices mess. Sensor restarted. Uncategorizable bioscan detection in observatory. Outcome extermination unit 7 deployed. All right, so there's a lot to unpack there. We did get lucky and get our pass, so that's awesome. But the fact that they have at least 7 extermination units is telling for what they were doing in this lab. Also, the fact that the disposal clogged in the catering, I'm thinking that was more of them like liquefying people and then like putting them down the disposal and then it clogged. Anyway, my mind was going crazy on that entry. Man, these automated sentries are not giving up. They're coming out of the walls, man. They're coming out of the walls. I can understand those audio recordings that we're finding now. They're phasing through the walls. Nothing can stop them. We vent them into space and they just keep coming back. all that stuff. All right, we got our computer over here. Oh, fantastic. We now have our own blueprint for an emergency heater. Man, wouldn't it be cool if you could build those yourself and turn them on? But I don't think I can construct things inside of the freighter, unfortunately. And I don't have the gold and the pure ferrite that we need to build one anyway, but that would be an awesome cheese. I see another heating unit over there in that corner. Let's go ahead and make sure we don't leave any of those suckers alive. But I think we can get our computer now. Okay, let's see where this crew was. The commander's in a redacted area again, the chief engineer in the AI coolant chamber, and the petty officer in the airlock, the junior navigation, Rajala, the engineering bay. All right, well, I guess those are our co-conspirators who were working against the others on this particular freighter. All right, we got another double hangar room. Maybe we'll get some decent upgrades off of this one, and at least they considered designing this hangar with like launch bays. Only 2 C-class upgrades in them though. That doesn't bode well for the quality of this freighter. I'm thinking if you find a starship hangar like that, oops, I didn't even see this PDA. Partial cargo manifest. We got barrels of liquid, but refurbished security droids, 94 of them, and a cargo alert that's active. I knew it. There is something up with the security droids on these ships. They've been like pumped up. Ooh, another clue. Ah, dang. This is just the same one we did before. Let me just skip through this. And we've got another big scary lab with turrets, loads of turrets. All right. Well, where to begin? By blowing up this? Any of you droids gonna come attack me now? What if I destroy all of these canisters? Y'all basically protect them. I know that they're hiding up in the ceiling. Gonna pop out as soon as I start reading the PDA. But actually, you know, I think I can get most of the stuff we need to get without having to upset these turrets. If I can get past this one. Son of a frick! All right, well, we're fighting. I mean, it would have been boring if we didn't do anything. And I told you, there's the frickin', I can hear it shooting me in the back.
Oh, God, I'm gonna get out of this corner. If I stay here, I'm gonna turn into Swiss cheese.
I'm getting pulverized here. I've only got like 30% of my shield left. Come on, defense turret, just die. Just give it up. Hopefully I can kill it before I have to double back. Oh God, I hit the wall and now, okay, good. It only got a few more licks in on me. And now this automated security turret, and then there's another one here. I got like 15% of my shield left, but it's cool because I think that's all of those little bastards for now. There's probably tons of them on the other side of the room, but we should be safe in this corner now. I'll turn on the heater unit, and we can read this snippet over here on this desk. Partial crew equipment record. Okay, for assistant on. Their locker contains a pressure hose, security pass, ungerminated seeds, and assorted shredded logs. Was accessed 2 days ago, and scans revealed that the alien spores are replicating on contents. Well, that doesn't sound too good. Those ungerminated seeds probably had a little extra spice on them. Now, let's see. Can we get what we need from here? Yep. I don't have to worry about this turret, hopefully. And now we can get our security mainframe. So this is the DNA one with the captain's log. Hopefully it's something new. Let me see. Ship-wide bioscans indicate severe incident. No duh. What are we gonna say? Incapacitated this time. Incapable of command. Okay. So we get a slightly different answer, but the result is always the same. Now we're able to log in with our security credentials that we found earlier. And trade computer insists we allow Corvex's friend to stay on board in my own bedroom, as if he were Gek. Yeah, this is the same one that we did before, unfortunately. So So we didn't get any new lore out of this one, but we did get the captain's log, which we'll be able to sell here in just a minute, along with all of our other logs and crew manifests and everything else that I've gotten on this run. We're gonna liquidate down into nanites and credits and just see, you know, how worthwhile it all was. And we already got that one. Let's move on to door number 4. Bunch of freaking aliens and bats. The crazy thing too is those guys aren't even like in stasis or asleep. If you go up and look at them, they're like stare back at you. Their eyes move around and stuff. I can hear a droid in the walls, but they can't shoot me right now. What else have we got in here? Did we get everything in this room? I can hear it trying to get through the wall at me. I think we've got everything we need from this room. Maybe we can move on. Who cares if I set off the security system? Because I'm just gonna jump down the hatch anyway. Boom, and back on the ladder, of course. I swear, I'm never gonna replicate that. I was able to do it twice, and I'll never do it again. Second door number 4. Show me something more. What you got? An explodable crate. And some shield modules and some lore. Data extracted from medical bay logs. Partial record follows. Trader bag catering presented with service level bruising. Confined them to the sick bay for observation. Case number 33. Chance of recovery 18%. Holy crap, what was going on this freighter when you show up with a bruise and they're like, this guy's gonna die? I mean, how bad could it be? It's surface level bruising. They must have known. All right, let's see what's in this one. Monitoring and maintenance logs. We got security pass rejection in the warp monitoring. Outcome, the alert was silenced by manual override. Wiring short in the anomaly containment hold. And the bridge was alerted this time. And they redacted a containment failure in the captain's quarters. Internal alert level raised. So, yeah. Obviously, lots of bad things happening on this freighter as well. I like that some of the freighters, they kind of mix and match the lore, and they got different bits and pieces of the same story. So the more of them you can do, the more of those sort of pieces you can find and figure out the whole narrative. I'm always accidentally spinning the chairs around. What do we got here? Expedition event log follows. Data stamp 2966.6. Traded goods between planets on the Simbrook system. Arrived in Afrojal Haji 6 system. Offered chance to invest in hazardous tourism business. Loss is catastrophic. That sounds like Jurassic Park to me, doesn't it? Like you invested in a dangerous park. Purchased supplies from merchant in the nebulous first. Supplied components were faulty, causing some damage. So we bought some faulty parts, blew ourselves up, invested in Jurassic Park. Of course these guys want to invest in Jurassic Park. Look, they're building little tiny alien dinosaurs in here. Maybe it wasn't a dinosaur park, but it was like a monstrosity park where you would see all these horrible things. And then, of course, they would escape, and then they would kill everybody, and blase, blase, Hollywood movie. All right, I should be safe to stand here, I think. Another monitoring maintenance log. Let's see what else these guys were getting up to. They disabled the hangar camera. They only notify the specialist. The unspecified malfunctioning in the catering unit. Things always seems to go wrong in the catering unit. An alert is silenced. The rampant quasi-biological growth in wet storage, and the captain is alerted. I bet the captain's in on it. So I'm thinking, you know, there's a theme of the mess and the cleaning, like, I'm sorry, the mess being where like they eat, and the cleaning people that clean up messes. I realized that was confusing when I said it. But I feel like they must be poisoning the food or like trying to hide what they're doing to people from like the cleaning crews who would come in and see things. Anyway, that's what I'm putting together. For the captain's eyes only, and I'm captain, aren't I? Help get Albaga specialism, interstellar navigation, respect for command 82%, intelligence 41%, creativity 15%, Company approval rating 39% and predicted to die in 41.2 years. Small extra note from the previous captain. Preaching odd messages to the rest of the crew, must intervene, but without upsetting those converted. So this guy was starting a cult. All right, guys, I think this is going to be the last PDA entry of the night. The ship AI logging fragment recovered. AI internal memory encrypted. Automated report for drudge brokerage, cargo security. Average sleep time exceptional. Probe awareness high. Value of body parts extremely low. Conclusion, used for control. So this guy was not valuable enough to, use for anything else. So they're like, hey, when we do tests on other creatures, we'll use this guy as like the control group that we don't mess with. So being kind of dumb and loyal, it at least gets you not poisoned. And now we're going to see what we get from our very last freighter. Come on. Something better than a C grade upgrade, please. Frickin' hell. A salvage hyperdrive upgrade. All right, well, that was our spooky run. I am going to go and liquidate all of our assets and refine down everything I can. I'm not going to make you guys watch that in real time, but I will come back to show you the results so we know what we actually got out of all of this. There's no harm in grabbing the supplies now that I'm leaving. Actually, I just had a thought. Before I take off back to the station and start selling and refining everything, let's just take one little look out of our balcony thing. Oh man, this took a long time to film and I imagine is going to take longer to edit. So I appreciate you guys being patient. My original plan was to post this on Friday night. It is currently Monday morning when I'm finishing this up. So I think I'm probably going to set the stream to be like tomorrow night. I hope that that works out and we're all able to, hang out live together Tuesday afternoon or evening, depending on your time zone. Now, as we were going through, I was not keeping track of the canisters that we opened that just had some nanites in them. Currently, we're at 9,900 nanites though. So that's your baseline. And we'll see once I sell everything I can and refine everything I can, how many we've got. All right, so the very, very first thing that we're gonna do is turn in all of our crew manifests and the captain's logs, because that's our big chunk of tainted metal. And then we're gonna refine all the tainted metal that we collected, as well as what we sell them to this guy for. And I'll see you back on the ship. So just a little word of warning in case any of you want to do a run like this as well. Ensure that every time you go to a freighter, you sell both your log and your crew manifest before you do another run. Because I have so many on me, I can only sell one at a time. And then I've got to go and reload and then come back to this guy. So this is taking a lot longer than I wanted it to. Just wanted to share that little fact after I realized how I'd screwed myself. Okay, so that took about 45 minutes, and now I can sell all of the things that we were picking up. Except for the bolt caster upgrade. I mean, that's an S-class, so I'm going to put that in something. All right, so I can't help myself. I realize we have the 10,000 nanites to upgrade Judy's class, so I want to go ahead and pop that in her. So we just need to remember that we have 10,000 nanites that we just spent, but she's a B class now. I can't believe she was only a C class before. So we got a couple of frigate upgrade modules while we were out there, and now we can afford to unlock the matter beam, which will mean that we can transport anything from our freighter inventory into our pocket and vice versa from anywhere within the system that the freighter is in. So you can be on a planet and put some pebbles out of your pocket into the upper orbit. And crap, we need a what is that? Magnetic resonator? And I don't have the recipe. Crap. All right, well, I'll have to put that on hold. And we need to have a lot of refining power because we got loads and loads and loads of stuff to refine, and it's gonna take an absolute age to finish. Of course, you know I gotta have my view while I'm refining, so let's pop some windows in here. Just take them all along the edge so that we always have a view. Hello again, this is Editor Will, saving you some of your precious time. Not saving myself any, of course. This took, literally guys, this is days of me filming, editing, and refining everything down to get this together for you. When I planned this episode, I had no idea the amount of effort that was gonna go into it. But believe me, it's about to pay off in a really, really big way. We're refining down all of our radiant shards, our lava cores, our tainted metal finally. I'm gonna drop half the stack into this refiner, and we're gonna put half of it into the other two. There we go. And now in just under 5 minutes, I am gonna be rolling in nanites. See you guys in a second. All right, so we've only got a minute or so left. I just wanted to check. We got 3,609 nanites now. I spent the 10,000 nanites on the station, so basically that 3,600 is what we've gotten from the refining I've done so far. And now when we empty out our nanites from the refiners, we'll know exactly how much we actually got for everything. And ka-ching, that's 2,034 nanites in just our one refiner. They don't all have the exact same number in them because I was trying to optimize to save time. This one has 2,036 in it. 2, 1, and boom. And how much do I have in the middle one? I think this one had the most in it altogether. Yeah, 2,376 nanites in 4, 3, 2, 1, bing. All right, so we got those, and now let's check. 10,055. So we basically earned 10,000 nanites, and now what we got to do is sell all of our valuable treasure. So we got about 9 million units to start. Remember, we opened up a lot of containers that had units in them, so some of that's baked in there. If any of you guys want to go back and add it up so we know the exact number and put it in the comments, that would be awesome. I do not have the mental fortitude after all of this to do that math myself. But you can see it popping way up. We're already at 12.5 million. Some of these goods are not worth as much at this station, so we're not going to sell the ones that we're going to like lose money on. But we do have a load of storm crystals, 4 million from that. Watch it tick up. So we're almost at, just over 17 million. And the superconducting fibers are way down on value, but you can see they're worth 2 million. So we got 20 million easy. The nano crates are freaking worthless no matter what. I don't care if they're down halfway, but the other stuff that will sell at a higher rate. So you're looking at like 20 million easy from what we scavenged. And just because I'm standing right here, we might as well pop in the storage augmentation that we got. So this was something we picked up out of a crate as well. Unfortunately, I can't add anything to the top where I really want to, where we need room, but we can add some storage down here at the bottom. So we'll just pop it in down here, and at least we have a little bit bigger pockets. I really hate that I can't put it at the top. Anyway, we got 2 of them. Okay, I thought I only had 1, but I had 2. And we're going to immediately spend the rest of those nanites to upgrade the class of our multi-tool. Bam, 10,000 to get our Sentinel rifle up to a B class, which means we'll be able to put some more technology slots into it and get a little bit more weaponry and upgrades and things like that going on it. I thought about replacing this Sentinel tool with one of my staves that I unlocked from the anomaly, but you know, this is the weapon that we picked up during our expedition playthrough, and so I'm gonna keep using this one, I think, for this playthrough. I would like to go through the process of slowly upgrading it. So let's pop in our S-class upgrade. Ah, crap. It makes some break. Let me see. That's got 4. That's got 3. This one's got 4. Okay, well, we're getting rid of the one that has 3, the X-class upgrade. And now we have 3 S-class upgrades in our Sentinel rifle. Nice. And that's your grand total, over 10,000 nanites, 20 million units, plus a whole bunch of other stuff like upgrades for our ships and weapons. So I hope you enjoyed this sort of near Halloween special. If you've made it this far, consider leaving a like, a hype, or subscribing to the channel if you're not already. Also, any ideas for the spooky freighter run or other spooky challenge? Maybe we kill a bunch of horrors, you know, go into abandoned buildings and things like that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Leave us some ideas, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next regular episode of Cozy Man Sky. See you then.